Hello, America. Today's show topics include taxes. Who's really paying their fair share? Nurses and video games, well, they just don't mix. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but books tell a story. That's right. Sit back, buckle up, and hang on. Invite your friends while you're waiting, because we're just getting started. Let's do this, shall we?
Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny.
You know what time it is, so sit back and get ready for the Stafford Voice, your dose of conservative in a world of liberal.
3, 2, 1.
Hey! How you doing? I'm Daniel. Hey, hello.
Hey, I'm Roxanne.
And there she is. I was wondering where she was. Hey, that's right. You're watching or listening to the Stafford Voice, where we are conservative in a world of liberal, and I want to remind you there are many ways to tune in or watch or whatever. So, set this channel as a favorite. If you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, give us a thumbs up, whatever it is, wherever you're at. So you don't have to get left behind. Because if for some strange, crazy reason you do miss the show, you'll be able to catch the replay. So just sit tight. There's no need to panic because, hey, we got you. And also, I know I've asked you guys, but if you haven't done so, just hit subscribe, hit follow, whatever it is. Give us a thumbs up, whatever it is. It's the easiest way to stay caught up. And in the case you aren't already following us over on the social medias, you can find us over on Twitter or Gab at Stafford Voice. Again, Twitter or Gab at Stafford Voice. Or you can look us up on Facebook or Instagram or whatever other social site that you choose to be on. Wherever. Just search for the Stafford Voice and we will be there. Okay, excuse me. I still got this little frog in my throat, so I'm sorry if it seems like I'm clearing my throat or if I sound like I've got a pony in my throat. So anyway, you know, it's a pony. Whatever. There's nothing wrong with ponies. I mean, I'm too big.
Start neighing?
No, I'm a little horse. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, I see what he did there. That's
You're
great.
A funny guy.
Oh, I wouldn't say I'm funny. Maybe
are.
punny.
No. Well, that too.
That too, so I got that going for me. Anyway, in the case you are already over on the interwebs, do yourself and everybody else a favor and head on over to thestaffordvoice.com. You can stay up to date on some of the issues and stuff that we talk about here on the show. I really hope you can see me. I don't know, can you see me?
I can see you.
You can see me. Okay, great. Sorry, I don't know, because we've made some new changes.
I like him.
You like the changes? Did you see the changes?
I saw when the opening.
You saw it? That was,
credits.
how cool was that?
Well, but it was like cued to the music. So as soon as that was
Actually,
done, it just went woo.
It
And
did.
I
It
was
was.
like, there he is.
That was. I didn't. That was all by. That was not by design. Okay. By the way, I can see some of you guys over on the YouTube side in the chat room.
We got Jessica and friends.
We do. We've got Jessica and friends. I guess she said, what are they? Why does she have so many friends over?
They're having a game night.
There's not. Hey, game nights are fun. You know what we need to do? We need to do one of them Facebook deals where we're streaming our game or whatever it is. We did that once. We had a lot of fun. No?
I don't know. That was kind of weird. But we could probably do it again.
I think we should. It'd be a lot of fun.
And then we have Slick.
We do have Slick.
I
Slick's,
think that's it. Just them.
yeah, where the hell is everybody else? Army John said he was going to be there. He's late for formation. He's probably stuck at work or something.
That is it. There's
Yeah.
somebody else here.
That's okay. We got some stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about stuff. Jessica says it's the nerd night. She's just chilling and making them all listen while they play. Okay, so that must mean that Daniel and who else? Justin and CJ.
Maybe some more friends from Magic.
Gavin's there.
Well, he might be asleep.
Why would he be asleep?
Because it's 9
It's still early.
He's a little guy.
I don't care.
He's got to have his sleep.
He does. He needs his sleep. He's so cute. I can't wait. Anyway. Oh, you know what? Speaking of nerd night, I forgot to ask you a question. This whole pumpkin thing, right?
The pumpkin spice?
Yeah, pumpkin spice and not everything is nice. Okay. I got a question for you. You ready for this?
For me?
Yes, for you. I'm talking to you.
Okay, I didn't know if you were talking to the listeners.
I'm talking to the listeners too. Tina's here. Woo-hoo!
Hey, Tina.
What's up, Tina? Hopefully you're doing good. See, this is why our show would never make it on a bigger network.
Why?
Because we're too interactive.
But
people don't. That's what makes our show unique, I think.
Okay, I just typed "Hey, Tina," and as I hit enter, I saw that Tina had said back to Slick. She said, "Hi, honey."
Yeah.
And as soon as I hit enter, that popped up, and I'm like, "Wait, what did I just type?"
You thought it was you?
But I'm pretty sure I said, "Hey, Tina."
Yeah. You didn't type "honey," did you?
No.
Okay.
But it was weird.
Tina says she's a nerd.
Are we all a little bit?
We're all a little nerdy. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't be here.
That's true.
Right? I mean,
would we have
only nerds would wig out on politics and current events like we do.
Well, what about technology?
What about technology?
Aren't nerds all about technology?
Yeah, what does that have to do with the show?
If we didn't have nerds, would we be having this radio show as a podcast and being streaming live?
I don't know.
So we got to thank those Revenge of the Nerds guys, right?
Nerds! Oh, that hurt. Oh, wow. Okay, don't let me do that again. Okay. Anyway, glad everybody is joining us tonight. Slick says nope, no nerd here. He's 110% wild boar. Okay, so we have had the unfortunate thing of, because we talked about pumpkin spice and everything is not so nice with it, now we have people taking I kid you not, people are out grocery shopping and taking pictures of pumpkin spice stuff and sending it to us. How crazy is that?
It's crazy.
It is.
But some stuff sounds okay to me.
No! Like pumpkin spice, what was it? The pumpkin spice Little Debbie snack cakes? No!
I don't know. I don't have a urge to eat those. That are, I don't know.
I have no... Okay, so anyway, this is a pumpkin question for you. Are you ready?
Okay.
What do you... This is math, so don't throw anything at me. What do you get if you divide the circumference of a pumpkin by its diameter?
Get pumpkin pie?
Yes, you get pumpkin pie!
Your number is 3.14?
I'm not giving you a high five for that one, because you must have read my joke.
No!
You seriously got that? Okay, high five. I had to give you a high five for that one then, because you actually got it. Pumpkin pie, oh
math,
gosh.
The only thing math-wise that I will get if you throw pie in is pie.
Pie wasn't even part of the joke.
But you said pumpkin, and I was waiting. I figured it had to be...
You figured it had to do something with pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pie.
Tina says she's a pumpkin spice nerd. I didn't even know there was such a thing. But apparently there is, because these pumpkin spice nerds keep sending us pictures of them grocery shopping.
There is a fine line between something being pumpkin spice for the holidays. I mean, there's some things that are just kind of like, ugh. But then some things sound good. And some things are good. Like the pumpkin pie M&Ms, I did not care for.
I don't even think. No, don't. Let's not mess with stuff like that. Okay.
You liked the cookies and cream M&Ms. You were eating them for a while.
That's because they were there.
Oh.
Okay, now we can finally get this damn thing started. Army John finally showed up.
Did he?
Yeah. And apparently, Slick says something about how he likes the pumpkin spice edible condoms or something. I don't know.
Okay.
He says they're like fruit roll-ups. John says enough with the pumpkin spice. Okay, we're gonna move on. I think we should move on. Hey, Ron finally showed up. John thinks we need to be doing push-ups. Pumpkin spice Doritos. That's a travesty. Okay.
What about the pumpkin spice toilet paper that I told you about?
No, we're not talking about pumpkin spice anymore. We've got to get on with the show.
Okay, what are we talking about?
Oh. Anyway. You're not, John. It's okay. We've been sitting here just BSing, waiting for you to show up. Sorry, I'm seeing the chat. It catches up every few seconds. And Slick just heard what I said, that he said. Oh, anyway, Ron's finally in the house. We got John. Okay, we can finally get this. We can finally get things going. Okay, so last night, Trump did one of those address things. I don't really know what the technical term for it should be or is. He addressed the fellows at, I think it was Heritage Action, and I guess I didn't watch it. I gotta be true. I gotta be honest. I didn't watch it, and I know you didn't watch it.
No.
Because it was date night.
We were eating nacho cheese and chips.
We did. We went out for Mexican.
Enchiladas and burritos.
We went out for Mexican. We didn't even make Mexico pay for it. But
we paid for it on our own.
Speaking of Mexico, John has a love affair with these jalapeno suppositories.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. They're a hot commodity.
I'm trying to think of a funny way to bring that in, but you can't without saying
No, you can't. You can't. The only thing you can say is something like, it's a hot commodity. Something. I don't know. Okay, so apparently, word on the street is he talked about taxes. He kind of presented his tax idea, his tax plan. Right? We talked about this on the show. You remember that a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
Okay. We kind of broke it down, and instead of doing what all these other shows out there are doing, instead of doing the same typical talking points, where we dissect each and every little thing that he said, because, that was 24 hours ago, and we're not even worried about that right now. We've got, somebody else came out and had something nasty to say about Harvey Weinstein or something.
He looks like a creepy man in general.
Yeah, he kind of does. But it's Hollywood, okay? You have to be that way. And so that's another...
Look creepy?
Yeah. That's the only way that you can get by in Hollywood.
I guess I was just thinking he looks, you hear that he's...
Now, apparently in Hollywood, Harvey Weinstein was the only part. Harvey Weinstein put the wood in Hollywood.
Oh my gosh.
You guys don't have to write that down. That one was pretty bad.
Okay, let's go back to taxes, I guess.
Okay. Wait a minute. Wait,
what?
Wait. John says he's getting ready. He's going to be in Dallas in 4 weeks.
What?
I need dates, man. Dates. Because if John's going to be in Dallas and Slick is not that far out of Dallas, you know what I'm thinking.
What?
Road trip!
How are you going to get time off? How am I going to get time off?
I don't know. Why do you always have to why do you have to be the adult in this relationship?
Because I work retail, and holidays and retail suck.
You know what? You had to ruin a good thing.
It would be nice to take a
It's
trip.
still a... Okay, John, I need dates. I need dates, and I need them now.
Well, he said 4 weeks.
He said 4 weeks, okay? That doesn't mean it... I need a date. I need a number. I need the dates.
Right before Thanksgiving.
Hook me up with the dates. Look at that.
November 18th to the 25th.
18th through the 25th. 18th to the 20th. Write that down.
I don't have a pen with me.
I got a... What? Here. That gives you colors.
Ooh.
Okay. She's writing. She really is writing it down.
Yep.
Okay, those are the dates posted. Okay, anyway, we got to get on with the show. Okay, we could just sit here and as a matter of fact, I've tossed this idea around in my head. Give me the pen. Give me the pen.
I don't.
You don't need something that you can throw at me.
I'm not gonna throw stuff at you. You
Anyway.
know where I live.
Yeah. I swear she's weird.
I buried you.
Yeah, you did, and that makes you all the more weird. Anyway, okay, seriously. Seriously, we got to get on with the show. Okay, so Trump supposedly was talking about taxes. He presented his tax plan to America. So instead of us talking about Harvey Weinstein giving wood to Hollywood and talking about Trump's speech and breaking down each and every little thing and dissecting it, and let's talk about who really pays taxes. So, that's the question. Taxes. Who's really paying their fair share? Because she has... What? She has sponsibility. Tina is typing with her Texas drawl, by the way. Anyway. Okay. So, all the time, politicians want to argue that the rich need to pay their fair share. What does that even mean? Right? I mean, the rich don't pay enough. Right? I mean, that's what the media says. That's what the man on the street says. When I say man, I'm talking about he's and she's and z's and all of the 30...
Pronouns.
All the 32 letters of the alphabet.
32?
Yeah. Because, you know, if you're a ship, there's 7 C's. Anyway.
Okay.
I had to tell that joke for somebody else, and I didn't tell it right. Anyway. Oh, that's a pirate's alphabet, by the way. Something along those lines. I don't know. I totally butchered that. Okay. Taxes. Who pays their fair share?
Just a small.
Everybody pays. Everybody, right? We assume that everybody pays taxes.
We assume.
Assume.
But you know what happens when you assume.
Right. An ass gets made out of everybody. The rich pay most of the taxes. That's so true. And as a matter of fact, who pays what? Are the rich really paying their fair share? Now, this is according to the latest IRS data. Okay? The top 1%. Now, we've heard that thrown around all the time, right? The media, the news talks about the top 1% all the time. So do politicians, the top 1%. Bernie Sanders has talked about the top 1% and how we need to tax them more. What does this even mean? Well, the top 1% of income earners, meaning those having an adjusted annual gross income of $480,930 or higher, pay 39% of federal income taxes. Of all the money the government collects, 39% of the money is collected from the top 1%. Do you know what that number equates to?
No.
Roughly 892,000 Americans.
That does not seem like a lot.
900,000 Americans are stuck paying 39% of the bill.
Because when you think about how many people are in the U.S., that doesn't seem like a whole lot.
It doesn't. I'm following you. Now, get this. The top 10%, okay? Meaning those that have an adjusted gross income of just over 138,000. We still haven't even gotten to us yet, okay? Anyway.
Still feel like we pay a lot.
The top 10% with an adjusted gross income over 138,000. Do you know how much of the bill they pay?
What?
70%, almost 71% of the bill.
So they're paying more of those taxes than the other people that are like under 900,000.
Yes.
People.
Now, do you know how many is in that top 10% bracket?
How many?
1.7 million people.
That seems like a lot, but not a whole lot.
No! It's not. Do you know why? Because that's less than 1% of the population. Less than 1% of the population in the United States is left paying the bill, left paying 70% of the bill. That blows my mind. I'm like, pudding brains out the ears. It's bad. That's bad, right? I mean, I may not be good with the numbers, but that's pretty darn bad.
So somebody's not paying their fair share.
No, somebody's not paying their fair share. The bottom 50% of income earners, those having an adjusted gross income of $39,000 or less, you know how much they pay?
Probably a very small percentage.
Just under 3%.
That's smaller than I was thinking, but...
Just under 3%. Just under 3%. It's just mind-blowing. Now, you thought that the 1.7 million taxpayers, which was the top 10%, you thought that was a lot, right?
Yeah.
37 million tax filers have absolutely no tax obligation at all.
Meaning they don't pay taxes?
Right. Meaning that what I'm gathering from that is they either A, get back more than they paid in,
or they don't file.
They didn't pay anything in and still get back, or they basically break even.
How can you not pay anything out in taxes and still get money back?
Little Mexico right down the road from us, I guarantee you none of them are paying taxes.
Probably getting paid under the table if businesses would quit doing that.
Well, that's against the law.
I know. We need to crack down on those businesses that are doing that then.
We should. But you know what?
They don't.
Nobody enforces the rules.
No.
Nobody enforces the rules.
Unless it's taxes. Then the rules get enforced, right? Maybe.
So, here's a couple of questions. If you don't pay federal taxes, why do you even have a say or care about big spending? Big government spending. Why?
You shouldn't. Right?
No, you shouldn't. And that's why politicians are after everybody. And that's why they keep talking about how, oh, well, we want to tax the rich. We want to hit those rich people with even more. They're not paying their fair share. And we were talking about this before the show. What did you ask?
Why can't we just have a tax bracket of like 10% for everybody?
Because not only does it make too much sense, it's not fair. Now, I like what Slick just said. In his honest opinion, and I like it too, and I think I've said that before, if you don't pay taxes, you shouldn't be allowed to vote. Also, if you are on government assistance, you should have to forfeit your right to vote while you're on government assistance.
I do know from somebody that we know that because they've been on government assistance for so long, I mean, they were taking part of like cash assistance, getting medical assistance and all that stuff. Eventually, when that person started making more money and getting a better job, the government started taking her federal return.
Good. They got to get back what they've lost.
Because this person was on it for so long. I mean, it was ridiculous amount of time.
I don't have any problems with that. I think that's what should happen.
I don't think so. I don't have problems with it either, because I'm like, that's my money that was going to help pay for these things that people want.
And to echo what's being said in the chat room right now, Army John said that former presidential candidate Steve Forbes recommended a 17% flat tax all the way across the board. And I'm not opposed to a flat tax. I like the idea. You know exactly how much you're gonna pay,
and everybody
pays the same
percentage.
You know, somebody that makes $30,000 and gets taxed at 17% pays the same rate as the guy that makes $37 million.
Yeah.
Sure, the guy that makes $37 million pays a hell of a lot more, but he still pays the same percent.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Something else is said. Slick says the original Constitution said only property owners and taxpayers had the right to vote. I mean, I think now we're walking a fine line, because not a lot of people. There's people out there that just aren't ready to own property yet.
Well, it's a big step. I mean,
it is a big step, but a lot of it comes down to these people can't own property yet because they're taxed to death.
Yeah.
Oh, and John, that's kind of the reason why. He says if you couldn't vote while receiving government-paid public assistance, then 75% of Democrat voters would become ineligible. I like it.
That's a good comment.
Yes, it is. Okay, so here's another question. Also, if you don't pay federal taxes, why should you be happy about a tax cut? What's in it for you?
It shouldn't matter to you at all if you're not paying federal taxes.
It shouldn't. These are they're valid questions, right? Valid questions. But seriously, open your eyes, people. Think about these things.
Sometimes I feel really, really intelligent when we come across these stories, and I'm like, it's just common sense stuff.
It is just common sense.
And it makes me feel really intelligent, even though I'm probably not that intelligent.
You're smarter than you give yourself credit for. You have to accept that. You really are. So, Slick says, voting is a bigger step. I mean, I don't know. For some, there's some people out there I wouldn't want to vote. I wouldn't want them voting. But again, anyway. Okay, for those that missed, let's see if it works again. Okay. Let's move on to our second topic for tonight, and that is, did it work? Did it work?
I'm waiting for it to catch up.
You're waiting for it to catch up because
but I watched on your screen.
You watched it.
I watched it on your screen.
Did it work on your side?
It's still not there yet.
It's still not there yet. Is it that much of a delay?
I think so. Oh, here it goes.
Here it goes. Okay.
Yay!
Woo! It worked. Okay. By the way, I reached out to a viewer and I gave them a couple of different options, and that's the one that they liked the best out of the two. I think I sent them two options. So, if you are an avid watcher or listener to the program, you get to see stuff like that before it gets onto the show. Okay? Anyway, so second topic of the night, because I think we're still on time. We're still on time, right?
Yeah, 22 minutes.
Okay. You like video games? Have you ever played video games? Yeah. You know, like Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man.
I played Super Mario when we had Nintendo, and I played Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt.
That was about it.
I used to save my bullets, and I used to shoot at the dog.
Oh.
Was that wrong?
Yes.
Okay, what about Tetris? I really liked Tetris.
I never played Tetris. I know what it is. I just never played it.
Okay. So, anyway, we actually have a couple of gamers that watch the show. So, I would be interested to know what they think about this. Nurses and video games do not mix.
Not together.
Not together, no. Sorry, let's see.
What's Kerbal Space Program?
I don't know what the space program is.
I've never heard of that. And
actually, if you are watching over on Twitch, we are currently working on stuff in the studio, trying to get things set up. So, we're working on expanding the production quality, that is. We've debuted some of that stuff tonight. Anyway, so nurses and video games. So this is interesting because we're streaming to Twitch, and it's not very often that we talk about video games.
Have we ever?
No, but here's the thing. VA nurses, to be specific, and video games do not mix. Why do I say that? A nurse's aide at a VA hospital was busy playing video games instead of checking on a patient. She had specific instructions to check on this patient hourly. You know what happened? The patient died on her watch. So here's a little more of the details. Bill Nutter, I'm assuming it's Nutter, it could be Neuter, 68 years old, just lost his second leg to diabetes and suffered from arrhythmia, which could stop his heart without warning. The Vietnam veteran's family found a place for him at Bedford VA Medical Center, which is in Massachusetts, and that the VA had recently ranked it as one of its best hospitals. They got a 5-star rating.
Okay, I have a question for you when you get further in with the story.
What do you got?
Well, because I've already read that story because I read it earlier.
Uh-huh.
And you said it was ranked as 5, but there was something else that I don't know if you're going to read later, that I read in there about the hospital, which contradicts itself.
Are you... We'll see if we get to it.
Okay.
Okay. So, after Nutter was found dead the morning of July 3rd, 2016, that's really sad, the day before Independence Day, this paper said that a doctor told his widow that a night shift staffer failed to check on him hourly according to doctor's instructions. The aide, her name was Patricia Wabel, later admitted she was playing video games and didn't check on him at all. But the confession happened only after an investigator told her video cameras had showed her never leaving the computer the entire shift, citing that an individual with first-hand knowledge. The nurse who discovered this gentleman deceased used a slit-throat gesture while telling her boss about it, the paper added, citing the hospital's internal report. The nurse was on a probationary period and was later fired, according to the Globe, which was the Boston Globe.
So a different nurse went in there and discovered the patient, right?
No.
So the nurse who was playing the video games finally stopped playing and went and checked on her patient?
Yes.
After how long?
The whole evening.
Jeez.
Okay, so what happened? The Globe said after it contacted Veteran Affairs Secretary David Shulkin's office about the story September 22nd, the VA suspended Wabel with pay from her cafeteria job she had been transferred to after Nutter's death and plans to seek her permanent removal. See, this is one of the things that Trump had talked about. He had talked about wanting to make it easier to get rid of people like this. The VA Inspector General has launched a criminal investigation in conjunction with the U.S. Attorney's Office and the FBI to identify systemic failures that may have led to Nutter's death, the paper had added. Wabel didn't return text messages or phone calls from the newspaper. Whistleblowers and families of veterans have claimed that relatively healthy patients deteriorate within months after being admitted to the Bedford VA, according to the paper. Is that what you were getting with?
Yes. How could it be a 5-star hospital if people
are saying... all of these people are saying this?
If they're saying that loved ones go in there and they get worse going in than they were before going.
On top of that, some of these veterans that are in there for long-term care, it's being reported that they're sometimes going without food for many hours, and they're left in soiled clothes or bed linens. It's so sad.
So how are they getting these 5-star ratings?
I have no idea.
That makes no sense.
I have no idea. So, according to the family, they are saying they, quote, I hold the VA responsible for all of this. They're responsible for their employees. How many other people did this lady cause issues with? The widow said she was never told she could file a tort claim, although the report indicates she was given that information. So basically they kind of let her they let her slip through the cracks as much as they could so they would not be hit with enough with what really needs to come at them. I guess they've consulted with a lawyer and is considering legal action against the VA. They should.
I would encourage them to.
Now, one person, a member of the family, says, My dad might not have lived another 5 months. Who knows? But if we could have had another month with him, this lady took that away. She did. I mean, they knew the sensitivity of... how bad this patient was.
I would like to know what the nurse, I know it said in there that she hasn't responded to any like calls or texts or anything to like give her side of the story.
Well, but that's from the newspaper trying to contact her.
I know, but you would think, I don't know, either she's embarrassed by what she did or she doesn't care.
She probably can't because her lawyers are advising her not to.
That's true.
Because, they want to do everything they can to protect themselves. The whole thing is sad. And yes. Army John says VA nurses are glorified babysitters. They're doing a poor job. They really are. How many times have we talked about this on the show and have proven this point?
Well, was she even qualified? Because it said she was transferred from a cafeteria job.
Well, she was a nurse, and they had to transfer her away from working with patients at the time. So they had to put her somewhere.
Oh, after the incident happened?
Right.
Oh, okay.
So they had to just stick her somewhere. And, you can go down to the cafeteria and serve food or wash dishes, but apparently this lady should have been down in the laundry room washing all the soiled sheets and cleaning and spit shining bedpans. Oh no. I see somebody poking their head in the room. Damn it, Al. Oh, you're just in time. Just in time for one of our last stories of the evening. So, let's talk about that, shall we? Okay. Books.
I love books.
You like books?
I love books.
You know, what's the purpose of a book?
Entertainment.
Entertainment. Does it tell a story?
It does, and it takes me away from, well, I would say it takes me away from reality, but sometimes you feel like you're still in reality, but I don't know. I enjoy reading books.
I enjoy reading books, too. You know, have you ever read a book that made you happy?
Yes.
Okay, so books make you happy.
Yes.
Have you ever read a book that makes you sad?
Yes.
You've read books that make you sad.
I cry.
And you've cried at books. I have seen this firsthand.
I usually try and not read it if I know I'm going to cry in front of you. So you don't have to look at me have an allergy attack.
Anyway. Slick says Tina has books she hasn't read.
I do too. I got 4 from the library last week, and I still have like 6 waiting on hold.
Yeah, that's pretty sad. But I've got a stack of books that I've got to get through as well. So you read them to escape. You read them for happy. You read them because they're sad. So books tell a story. Have you ever read a book that kind of made you uncomfortable?
Yes.
What if I told you some books, because people were uncomfortable reading them, now they're taking them off the shelf?
That's sad.
Yeah. That's all you got to say? Is it sad? I thought you would have had something else to say about that, because I mean, I know how much you enjoy reading.
But if it makes me uncomfortable and I don't like it, then I'm just gonna not read it. And that's
okay.
that.
So let me. I asked. John says he has these rectangular paper mill products that keep his bookshelves from flying away out into outer space. Anyway, so I asked this in a couple of different places on social media. Your top 3 books.
Yeah.
I listed my top 3 of Mice and Men, which actually came up, I think, more than once.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing somebody else had it on their
Of
list.
Mice and Men, a good book. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay. Uncomfortable at times in the storyline.
I mean, for me, uncomfortable is something that I don't want to read at all, and that maybe I'm going to just not read it. But, I mean, there were parts in it that I guess you could say are uncomfortable, but it didn't make me stop reading it, though.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I didn't like the way that the big guy was being treated. Okay, so my other one was Same Kind of Different as Me, which they're actually they're getting ready to release a movie about it.
Yes.
And I am super excited. Slick says all he reads is tech manuals and ballistic charts. I don't know if that counts. Maybe the tech manuals do, but I don't know about charts unless they're in the form of a book. Tina says if a book makes you uncomfortable, don't read it.
That's
okay, but here's the thing. And this book has to be on my list because I love this book. To Kill a Mockingbird
was a good book.
Would you agree that part of the story would make people uncomfortable, but it's uncomfortable for a reason, because that's the main part of the story, is to get you to think. It's to open your eyes to something.
Yes, and you also have to stop and think when that where the
when the book was written,
period
right?
That the book takes place in, that was normal talk,
right?
So
and it
that's just part of the history at that time.
Exactly. Slick says that the U.S. Army Counter Intel Manual is a barn burner. I would say it's pretty dry, but it is a pretty good book. I think I have it sitting on the shelf over there somewhere. I probably should dive back into that. Okay, Army John says his top 3 books. I guess in this order. Number 3, Liberty and Tyranny by Mark Levin. That's a good book. I enjoyed that one. Number 2, Red Badge of Courage. I don't know who wrote that one.
It sounds familiar. The title does.
And then number 1, Never Surrender by Jerry Boykin from the Mogadishu Black Hawk Down incident. Yeah, we'll say incident. Ron says ever since he read Hitchhiker, he doesn't go anywhere without pocket fluff and a towel. Jesus. Oh, wow. Okay, so here's the thing. There is a school district that is removing To Kill a Mockingbird from their reading list because a few people have come forward and says it makes them uncomfortable.
Is it because of the language, like the N word? Is that what they're uncomfortable with, or are they uncomfortable with the whole situation?
They don't really say. It just says that they were uncomfortable.
Because if you're going to just throw that out there because it makes me uncomfortable, then there's going to be plenty of books out there that you need to take off the shelf.
like 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, that's not a book I would read because that's not just I don't need to read that.
No, it's a smut novel.
I was going to use that word, I just didn't.
What? Oh, it's look.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too.
What?
Slick says that
Tom Sawyer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard about that too.
Wait, listen, these books they are iconic. Of Mice and Men, Tom Sawyer, Huck Finn,
To Kill a Mockingbird.
To Kill a Mockingbird, The Great Gatsby.
Great Gatsby, I don't know if it has...
These are iconic books.
Yeah. Great Gatsby was good, though. Grapes of Wrath.
Grapes of Wrath, 1984. A Clockwork Orange.
Animal Farm.
Animal Farm. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
That could be racist, right?
I guess. Well, I mean, can we always label this fish red and that fish blue?
What if it wants to be a white fish or a purple fish?
Listen, politics. If you have not figured out, and Slick says Huck Finn is his favorite for the record. If you haven't figured out that politics gets involved in everywhere. Great Gatsby. John says Great Gatsby sucked donkey balls.
Oh, no, Daniel and I liked that one.
I wasn't a big fan.
Daniel didn't like Grapes of Wrath. He thought it was stupid. I thought it was a good book. And Daniel, I remember when Daniel read Animal Farm, he was sitting at the kitchen table, and he would read parts of it, and he'd get so mad because...
Because why?
Because, like... They would say these are the rules. We're not going to be like the humans were, but then the animals would start to act like the humans, and it would make the other animals mad. And so I remember Daniel getting upset about it. He's like, "They're so stupid." He would get so mad at the kitchen table.
Yeah. So, look, you're going to have times in your life where you feel uncomfortable.
Oh, definitely.
If we stop everything, oh, sorry, I was trying to read. I'm not familiar with Heart of Darkness. So
I don't know. I was trying to. I haven't heard that one.
I
either.
know Apocalypse Now. I mean, it's fascinating. Great movie. Matter of fact, I probably should put that on my soon to watch list. Have you watched Apocalypse Now?
I'm trying to think of that one that we had. I don't know. It sounds familiar. Maybe we did watch it. I know I didn't read it.
I don't know that you have seen Apocalypse Now. To my knowledge, I don't.
Is it a military movie?
It is.
Okay, then probably not.
Okay, we need to put that on your list.
Do I really want to watch it?
Actually, yes, you do. It's good. It's good. It really is.
Okay.
You also need to watch Good Morning Vietnam. Have you seen that one with Robin Williams?
No, the only part I remembered is Good Morning Vietnam.
Oh.
That's it.
Slick says Art of War by Sun Tzu is a good one. I got that one on the shelf.
We need to read the one we got from the library.
What? What are you talking about?
The Tim O'Brien.
What?
The book that I got free from the library.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I can't think of the name of it now.
Yeah. Okay, so, listen, you're going to have moments in your life that you are left feeling uncomfortable. If you try and remove all of that stuff from your life, if you try and remove as many elements that leave you feeling uncomfortable, you will never grow as a person. 16 years old. Here I am being told by my girlfriend at the time, I'm pregnant. That was an uncomfortable moment. You can't just, nope. We're not going to do that. We're moving on. You were just, whoosh. It makes me uncomfortable. Babe. Makes me uncomfortable. Stop. We are not doing this right now.
I need to go to my safe space.
There's no safe space in real life. And listen, John says it best. Removing books is to replace history. Books threaten revisionist history.
That's a really good quote from John.
Yes. Listen, there are moments of brilliance from John. And then he totally redeems himself and says something so stupid and off the wall.
See, movies are really good too.
Movies are good. But Al says the Bible makes him feel uncomfortable. Well, I mean, it makes me feel like I'm not doing a good enough job. Anyway, Slick, actually, if it was a pink hat, I would not be... what are you doing? You can't reset the time.
I accidentally hit it.
The thing says it's over.
I know, and I'm trying
to finish up my thought.
Continue.
Okay. I would totally wear a pink hat if it was in support of breast cancer. Speaking of which, this still is the month of October. There's still enough time left in the month to either check yourself, check your have your loved ones check themselves. I mean, maybe you and your partner can check each other, or you still have time to schedule your appointment to go get a mammogram.
Preferably a 3D one.
Preferably a 3D, yes, because it shows
the image so much better.
It's such a better image, and they can see so much more. It gives the doctors way more data. So, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, you guys know where I stand with this. It's one of our top issues. So, please, you guys know the story, why we're connected with breast cancer and breast cancer awareness.
Did you just read what?
Yes, I did just read what John said. See, that's what I'm talking about. He has moments of brilliance, and then he totally redeems himself. Okay.
But it makes life fun.
It does. We're going to carry on some of this stuff in the After the Show if you guys are willing to stick around. If not, and you're catching the replay, this is why you need to catch it live every Wednesday night. 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here, wherever you're at. Unfortunately, that is all the time we have for this week. And God willing, the Stafford Voice will be back next week. You can follow us over on Twitter or Gab at Stafford Voice. You can look us up on Facebook or Instagram by looking and searching for the Stafford Voice. You can email your questions, comments, or concerns to thestaffordvoice@gmail.com. Again, that is thestaffordvoice@gmail.com. I want to, again, thank you so much for your time. And until next week, thanks and God bless. All right. If you're still there, bear with me. I'm trying to get this. Sorry. There's that. Sorry. I'm trying to get this ready so I can do this. Okie dokie, look at that. There it is. Welcome to the After the Show, where things can kind of get a little rowdy.
Kinda.
Al says he's still listening. He has to wind the work thing up. I must have missed something because apparently Slick said something about getting pissy.
No, because John said doing a show with you, me, and the bunny.
Oh, Sam, okay.
And then Slick said he'd miss that one out because he's mad at her today.
Why is he mad at her?
I haven't seen that yet.
What, Slick? Why are you mad at her? Why would you be mad at Sam?
Slick said, "Did she pee on you again?" But I haven't seen anything else.
I don't know. I've been relatively silent on social media for the last couple of days. There is so much vile and nasty stuff over there. I can't handle it. I get tired of seeing the Harvey Weinstein crap. I get tired of all of the MAGA love and the anti-MAGA love. Gag. Anyway. So I do kind of have to apologize if it seems like I've been a little distant and quiet on social media. I'm still there. I see a lot of things every now and then. I check in. Slick says, she got reactionary on the Trump war widow call, and I called her on it, and she got pissy. Last I heard, John, Clay is still alive. He did not get eaten by his mutant chicken. Last I heard from Angie, he's doing good. Him and his new bride, and their baby has actually. Wow, I guess the baby would be 2 now.
I say, yeah, that baby was born a couple of years ago.
Yeah, wow, the baby's got to be 2, closing in on 3 or something like that. Wow, time is flying. Oh, anyway, so yeah, that's one of the other reasons why I kind of stay away from it is, trying to sort through the stuff about this Trump war widow thing. I don't even want to touch that one. I do not want to touch that story at all, because you can either go one way or the other, and you're going to get, either way you go, you're going to wind up being the bad guy. And that's no way to be. So, whatever. Oh, anyway. Okay, so, how did you guys, I know, Gavin's like, he's what, a little over 2 months now?
Yeah, she said he's almost 3 months, so yeah.
He's what, 2.5 months? Yeah, he is 2.5 months old. Holy crap!
What happened?
Time passed. Exactly. I wasn't on the phone call. I don't know exactly who said what. So I'm just gonna step back. So yeah, wow, Gavin's almost 3 months old. Holy cow.
He's so cute. You want to squish him?
You're not gonna squish him.
I know, Daniel. I will never forget that look on Daniel's face in the hospital when I was holding Gavin.
Oh, I know.
And I looked over
at
Daniel.
You know, that is one of the silliest things. When your child, when you become a grandparent and your child looks at you and tells you how to hold a baby. Like, listen here, dipshit. I've done this before.
You're still alive.
You're still alive. You have not died yet. Okay? I may have dropped you just 2 or 3 times on your head.
But none of them damaged anything.
There were no long-term issues. Okay? He's managed to make it how long? 22 years?
21.
21 years. 21 years with no long-term lasting effects. Only being dropped on his head a couple of times.
I just wish I had
Tell me I don't know what I'm doing.
I just wish I had a camera because I told him that I knew how that girl felt in Despicable Me when she sees the unicorn. He's so fluffy, I'm gonna die. I looked over at Daniel and I'm like, he's so cute, I want to squish him. And Daniel's like, don't. And it was just this serious look on his face. I'm like, Daniel, do you really think I'm gonna squish the kid?
No, we're not. No. Tina says that their youngest grandbaby is 5 months old.
I remember when she posted pictures of, because I was like, man, she's got a grandbaby before I do.
Well, I mean, they have more than one.
That's true. We just have one.
Oh my!
The cat.
There's the cat talking about the grandchild too much. The cat is quickly losing attention, and she doesn't like it.
Well, I posted a picture a couple weeks ago when Gavin was in my arms, and the cat finally decided to come out and venture and see what was going on. So she laid up on the couch, but the look on her face was pure evil, staring at Gavin's head. She
didn't look happy.
She did not look happy at all. It was like this scowl on her face.
You know, if the cat was the producer, she'd point the camera at her and just let you watch her sleep the whole time.
Or lick herself.
Or, yeah.
She'd clean herself.
I tell you, I couldn't do it with the cat as a producer. It would be nice to have a producer. Then
we'd have to take breaks so she could have treats.
Yeah, we would. And that's one thing we've got to get better at doing is taking breaks. But we need we need some help. We got to find some show sponsors. Then we could have some ads or something in there. if we really need it. 5 grandkids, John, not 5 cats. Slick would never let that happen.
Slick told us cats don't have owners, they have staff.
And it's true. It's true. That's all our cat thinks we are.
Oh, I know, in the middle of the night.
She thinks she owns us.
She probably does.
Oh, anyway. Aw,
Daniel says he'll sponsor us in love.
If I advertise him, what the hell am I going to advertise about him?
Magic.
Come again?
Magic.
Not home. No. Anyway, I saw that you were working on that Slick. That I don't know exactly what is into in store for Rebel Road coming up. I'm excited. I'm excited to see to see the relaunch. John says, glad it totally skipped off the screen. Glad to hear there isn't a cat lady starter kit in the Slickery family.
But there is in the Stafford family.
Don't say that.
I thought about
apparently Tina wouldn't let Slick have 5 cats.
I thought about dressing up as a cat lady for Halloween. I've seen it on little kids' costumes where they have cats all over the robe.
How are you going to dress up as a cat lady? You're already a cat lady.
You wear a robe and you put a bunch of stuffed animal cats all over the robe. And
that's a stupid. That sounds like a stupid costume.
It sounds like something I'd wear for Halloween. Midnight could stand at the door while I hand out candy.
Get this. Okay, so this kind of goes along with bringing up Clay. Clay's mutant chicken, and he also had his... Oh, shut up.
Midnight.
So Clay also had a skunk. He had a pet skunk, and they would take it to shows. And apparently Al's cat runs on his treadmill.
Mine just stares at it as it's going. She just stands there.
When it was working, yeah.
She'd watch it. Her head would move as it would go. It was funny.
Yeah. That's probably why why her head's always cocked to one side, waiting for it to go.
No,
so apparently you're not a cat lady. According to John's standards, you're not a cat lady because our carpet doesn't smell like cat pee.
Because I'm always vacuuming the carpet and putting something on it to make it
smell.
I
don't know what his skunk was named. He said that it was an award-winning skunk. I never knew that they had pet skunk competitions, let alone that having a skunk as a pet was a thing. But apparently it had one of the best tails in the state of Florida.
Huh.
Slick says he's got snakeskin patterns coming up. Gavin got his head problem from the cat all messed up towards the same side. It is towards the same side.
And that's maybe why Midnight doesn't like it, because
holy cow, I didn't even notice that. Oh my god, it smells like the cat just pinched a loaf.
Well, she came back from the direction of the litter box.
She did. Oh my god.
That Miralax is working.
Oh. And I don't even have any spray. I can't even...
You can smell say I have chapstick, you can smell it.
Yeah, but it's not even strong enough. What kind do you... That's cucumber mint. I'm going to want to eat that.
You want to eat cucumber mint?
You could put mint on cucumbers, right? And eat cucumbers. We eat cucumbers.
But I wouldn't eat the two together.
You never know. It could be good. Those cookies we had earlier were good.
Oh, that I got from Aldi's?
Yeah. They were pretty good.
They would be even better if they were made the right way.
Okay, listen. It's Aldi's.
But it was the whole entire pack, and they were not put together. They were not put together the correct way.
Whatever.
Even the cat thing agrees.
The cat's ticked off. She wants some, like... Did you feed the cat? You fed the cat.
I did. I fed her pumpkin.
Yeah.
It's like pumpkin and chicken or something like that.
John, no. I am not going to use pumpkin spice chapstick. I have
not seen any pumpkin spice chapstick. Have you?
See, now I'm blaming it. If she buys pumpkin spice chapstick, I'm blaming you, John.
I won't.
I rotate between 3 different chapsticks now. I used to only use Carmex. Is that right? Did I say it right? Carmex?
Carmex.
Carmex.
No.
Carmex is the used car place. It's Carmex.
I don't even know anymore.
It's Carmex. In the yellow and red.
Anymore. Yeah,
yellow and red. I rotate the 3. So
I
there's,
don't use it anymore.
huh?
I don't use it anymore.
I like it.
But
the other one I like is the medicated mint Blistex, and then there's the, what is it? What brand is the
Burt's Bees.
Burt's Bees? It's like the menthol medicated one. I gotta quit playing with that. I'll get myself in trouble. Anyway, those are the 3 that I rotate.
John is causing trouble.
It's what he does. Jessica says that she's seen pumpkin pie.
I haven't.
Pumpkin pie chapstick. That's different. Pumpkin pie would be different than pumpkin spice.
It's probably the same thing.
It totally is the same thing. They're different names.
But it's the same.
So they got that going for them. Okay, listen. We need to wrap this up. We need to say bye.
I'm going to turn into a pumpkin.
Okay, I really want to know what your guys' feedback is on this. I'm going to show it to you guys one more time. We actually used it during the show, so you guys let me know what you think about the new transition. I'd really like to know what you guys think about it, if you like it or not. And yeah, just know that if you are if you're a long time listener or viewer of the show, and I'm working on stuff like that, I may just pick you and send you a copy of it and get your feedback. I actually sent a copy of that to somebody in the room tonight, and he really liked it. That's the one that he liked the best. That's the one I liked the best. Took me about 6 hours and 3 tries, and that's the one I came up with. Actually, 4 tries. I had to completely scrap the first one because I couldn't figure any of it out. Are you seeing what he just typed?
Yeah, he's already got a hot chick.
Yeah. So, anyway, the best place to hang out for hot chicks is the maternity ward, because they put out. Am I right, Slick? Am I right?
Gosh.
Oh. Anyway, okay. Again, that's all. That's what we're doing tonight. Thanks for the good feedback from you guys, whether you liked it, on whether you liked it. Yeah, we got to wrap things up. I still need to button some stuff up here in the studio to call it a night. I guess he liked that one. So, look, I say it all the time, and I really, really hope you guys are starting to understand. You guys are not just friends. You guys are part of a family. And I want you guys to know and understand that. A lot of the times we pray for you guys by name, and we are in constant gratitude and humility for you guys. We love your guys' company. Each time you show up in the chat room, we look forward to each one of you coming all the time. So, with that being said, hang in there. We'll be back next week. You guys are awesome. Thanks and God bless.